happens when you have the nicest country? Because we used to be the nicest country. We still are, but they're about to see some not so nice.
Dark stuff, yeah.
Especially how they're saying that COVID's supposed to come back in November. They're supposed to be wearing masks again. I'm not wearing a mask.
I'm not.
You're not catching me in a mask in any store in 2023, 2024. Bro. Yo!
Nerds.
Don't be a Coco on this one.
I know, cool, bro.
I always suck at the intros, so I don't do them.
Well, we'll get into it. Don't worry. I'm not stressing.
No, even too, it's like, this could be just clip moment for now. Let's just like, man, one thing I'll give you, like now sitting up here, it's pretty cool. Like now this is the studio for now.
For now, yeah. It's worked out for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How do you feel about it? Like even too as like what it is.
This, like the Airbnb?
Yeah.
Bro, it's a long process. It's been a long process. I feel good about it, and it's going to be launching in a week. So I'm ready. I'm prepared, taking the proper steps, and that's it.
Do you know the date? Like you say a week, right?
Not this weekend coming up, but the following weekend, I expect it to be listed.
So the weekend of the episode dropping, then technically.
Yeah.
So next weekend it'll be.
It should be on Airbnb.
Ooh,
yeah, bro,
that's wild. That's wild.
I know.
What was the hardest part about getting it ready? Like, was it finding furniture?
Well, to be honest, it was probably just like turning over the property. You know what I mean? Renovations took a lot longer than expected, which caused like holding costs to accumulate, you know, in 3 months, like quite a bit. But yeah, that was the hardest thing, is just getting the place ready for Airbnb, like communication with contractors, making sure things are up to date. You know what I mean? Like things aren't being installed wrong. It was a lot of things in that regard. But yeah, man, we're here, Kurva. We're here.
Oh, I almost said something.
What are you gonna say?
Can't say it. It'll get us
canceled, eh?
But no, even too is that like I just want to ask. So holding costs is like you guys having the property but no money coming in, kind of thing.
Yeah. So holding costs is the cost. Like how much it costs you to hold the property during the project.
Okay.
So for example, let's say you buy a house, right? You have a mortgage on that. You have utilities on that. There's certain costs like property taxes that you have to think about, right? Insurance, right? So as an investor, you want to try to turn over that property as quick as possible, because if you get it done in 1 month, then you only pay your mortgage for 1 month, and then you have cash flow. Yeah. Well, if it takes you 3-4 months, then you're paying all those holding costs for 3 to 4 months. So it's just like, yeah, man, it's shout out to the one real OG we met at the St. Thomas party, bro. I don't even want to say his name, but a big developer from London. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, shout out to him, because he has a tight ship. The man bought land and has the house basically almost bricked up in a month. But systems are tight, you know what I mean? An investor, time is everything. Time is everything.
Have you found it hard, like building the team? Because remember, everyone always says like you need to outsource. How's that been? Oh,
it's been difficult. I feel like it's funny because I feel like you always have to learn. Like you can have all the coaches in the world, you can have all the right people on your side, but nothing will teach you more than a learning experience. You know what I mean? So like, do I have the perfect power team right now? No. Am I going to? It's something I'm working on. I know for sure I'm going to get it down packed, but right now I wouldn't say that the power team is like solidified. Right now I'm still kind of like, all right, you know, like still in the trenches, you know?
Still struggling a little bit.
Yeah, brother.
If you could pick one thing to join your power team, what would it be?
Missing
piece kind of thing. Or
I would love like honestly a personal like assistant. And I mean that because I feel like it would be someone who would help me stay organized and keep all my thoughts like in line, because I have so much things coming at me at the same time. For example, like dealing with employees from the cleaning company. We got to do this for the podcast. You know, like Deshaun, Havo and I, we also have like a contracting business that we're going to start called Peace of Mind, right? So that's something that we're working on the back ends, working on like, it's just a bunch of random stuff that I feel like an assistant would be so useful, bro. Because then they'll just be like, "Oh, Mr. Cransley, you have to do this today." I'll be like, "Oh, whatever, I need you," you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So, what about you, bro? What would you say? Because CLT,
you got it.
CLT, how's that going?
It's going amazing, honestly, man. Even to like if you look at back episodes, I remember when you interviewed me at like We3 or it was like We Print, W3, whatever it was. Like the worst part was we had a decent name in my head, but it didn't connect to the customer. And I remember you always told me it's like with a brand, you needed to kind of align with like the message you're putting out there. If you're just going to have a random name, it doesn't really connect, right? Yeah. So once we went to CLT printing, biggest thing is just our last names all put together. Because like essentially we've been in this together for like, honestly, like 3-4 years. Yeah. We've stayed together. We said like at the end of it, it's like we're going to run the ship until it sinks, but everyone's good. Like essentially we're all captains. And like the story is like you sink with your ship if you're a captain. Yeah. So it's been doing really well. Like I found one big thing is just kind of making sure those contracts finish. And also too, a big thing we had was with design. Where someone would ask for something and it was kind of like out of our parameter, but we try to do it. But then when you try to do it, you kind of run into issues where it's like, I can't provide the job you exactly want. And then I'm kind of meeting you in the middle where it's like, I still gave you a good job, but it wasn't exactly what you wanted. So now I have to take cost off myself. And then it's kind of like a battle and it kind of almost devalues who you are in your businesses because like you should just one shot it every time, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I mean like you can look at that two ways because like one way is that you attempted to try to go out of your way to make a product that you've never done. You know what I mean? So like you tried. So that's a good thing about a business. You're trying at least, and I respect that you do kind of give them a cheaper price if it's not exactly what they want because a lot of businesses won't do that. A lot of businesses would just like take the money, bro.
Yeah, the cost.
So how important is like the customer relationship for you? And
for me personally, I think like customer service might be the most important thing, right? Because like if you look at any other business, it's returning customers that will usually push you consistently, right? Like that's your long-term money, I would say, right? Like new customers are people who are there. They might buy like a product one time just because they heard of you or whatever, but you need the people who are constantly buying.
Maybe are you guys tracking like your recurring customers and
no, I think more it's just like it's kind of like where my job kind of fits in, right? Because like I try to work on the customer relationships, making contracts, and also just talking. I'm kind of that. Like the other two, which is Brandon and Kareem, they kind of sit in the helms of Brandon is more the production designer, and then Kareem is also sits in that realm. But I think Kareem is a good mix of what me and Brandon both do. But then me and Brandon just have our own solo one.
So how are you generating leads?
So a lot of it is just word of mouth. Just like going out there, like we'll meet people, like you know how social me and you are. Doesn't matter who it is or what room we're in. We'll talk to people. We'll tell them a little bit about our lives. And then when they hear about that, they're like, oh, could you help me out? And then you kind of go from there. So like I've been very fortunate where I'm like, I'll be in a room of people who are like, I don't know, they own a business, but they don't have a direct merchandise connect. So when they find out I can do it, they're like, oh, what would you do it for? I can definitely be a lot of people's prices. So my next thing is like customer service. Can I get it to you the fastest? Are you going to like it? And then will you come back?
Yeah. And are you trying any other ways to generate leads or is it mostly just like events you go to and people you meet?
I think, no, we're not at the moment, which is something that
and why though?
Maybe lack of like knowledge of how to get there or how to do it. Also too might be just a lack of effort. Remember what we were talking about like earlier today, for example, where you kind of almost have to dial in and like go 100% in the thing that you believe in. Instead of like doing 25 here, 25 here, 35 here.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what's kind of happening now where it's like, now it's demanding more effort, but also too, I'm not giving it the effort it demands.
So what's the solution, bro?
To be honest with you, it's just doubling down. Like literally taking 25 away from this, that might not be important. Like for example, it's like, if it has to be like me doing social stuff, maybe going away for 2 months, like not in the essence of like to a different country, but like not socializing as much, like kind of working on this and then worrying about socializing later.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
I guess like, is that something you're really trying to build? Like, is that something that you actually want to like, I guess, grow and 100%. Put a lot of effort into, you know what I mean? Because if it is, then it's like you got to start that like yesterday.
Yeah. It's almost a disservice of you not doing it.
Yeah,
almost,
it's not.
Right? Especially if it's something that.
And I'm just realizing this too, like as an entrepreneur, it's like, you can be an entrepreneur for X amount of time, but it's not until you're actually generating revenue, like real revenue and like organizing the way that you're getting revenue, then like, are you really an entrepreneur? You know what I mean? And I'm talking to myself too, you know what I mean? Cause like I'm learning with the cleaning company with like the the new like business ventures that I'm opening up, like I've never actually tried 100%. I've never actually went balls deep to generate leads, cold outreach, warm outreach. You know what I mean? Posting on social media, giving people value, giving them a landing page where they can continue to gain value from me. You know what I mean? Like I've never fucking tried that, bro. So it's one of those things where it's like fuck, man.
Has there been anything that stopped you from doing that specifically, or is it just like not knowing how? Or
I think it's the time and effort that it takes to actually do all that. In order to be like running a business efficiently and like getting the most leads that you can, like through like I said, warm outreach, cold outreach, or through social media leads or through your landing page, you have to be committed, all in. Like think about it. How many times have you set time aside to work on your business?
Only when we do meetings, realistically.
Exactly.
Or unless something is like needs time. Like for example, there's a contract, you have to do it.
Exactly.
But like before that, it's
so that's like the trap we fall into. Is like that's a reactive state of mind. Whereas a business owner, you can't be always reacting, because then you're gonna drive yourself like crazy. You know, you should be in a position where you're prepared and where you're planning and reacting and adjusting and building. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, it's one of those things, bro, where it's like, well, fuck, I have no other like choice now, bro. I'm in a pickle right now, the job situation. You know,
you want to talk about it? Or
yeah, we can get into it. So I was working with my cousin Victor. Like a crazy businessman.
Yeah.
You know, I learned so much from my older cousin. Shout out to Victor, bro. Like he's one of the realest businessmen I've ever met, and he taught me a lot about how business moves and what it takes to actually to go far in business and be successful. You know what I mean? So I was working with him, and then I got an opportunity elsewhere at Jaguar, and like to sell cars. So I was like, you know what? Like that's a good gig. I could be making more for the time being. Like let me go see what that's about. But then, bro, I'm starting to realize, like, in a way, like they're both kind of band-aid solutions. Like you said, like I just have to double down on myself in the business. You know what I mean? So it's like, as of October 2nd, I'm just gonna be full-time entrepreneur, working on like Green Clean, Peace of Mind. Also working on Nüvida, working on generational real estate. All those things, I'm gonna go all in, bro. All in, leads everywhere, and that's it. And if I can't prove it to myself, then it's like, yo, buddy, are you an entrepreneur?
Yeah. I remember you said that to me earlier. I'm like, it's hard to think, because it's like, is it the truth? If you're not, I don't like, I almost kind of want to battle you on that. Like,
yeah, and you did, and
right?
you're like, yo, like you can't say that, because like you can always be an entrepreneur when you're like later in life, but like that's a standard I'm setting for myself, bro. Yeah. It's like, yo, like I don't have time to waste, bro.
Even too, I think we both said it's like you need to have like that added pressure where it's like, if I don't do it, then what, right? Because like going back to, you said like the Band-Aid solutions, like you could fall back on both those jobs, but at the end of the day, are you going to put your full effort knowing you have something to fall off on?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's the biggest issue, right? And like, I think that's also a big thing with me, where I'm like, I have all these two other things. I have this going on. It's like, okay, well, I still have a fallback plan. Do I need that there? I think not, because I know my best work. Someone else said it also. It's like, usually work better under pressure, because you know there's no other choice.
Yeah. But yeah, and you just kind of like, yeah, bro, just go all in on it. Like you said, like there's no other choice. Like I have a lot of expenses right now. A lot of expenses, like with the properties and stuff, and all these new expenses, renovations, blah, 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 blah. Everyone has expenses a lot, you know? My point is like, fuck it, yo, double down on myself, yo. Like that's it. That's it. It has to work. And like when I say double down on myself, I truly mean like for all businesses, specifically right now, my cleaning business, because that's generating like the most revenue out of all my businesses. So I want to like double that. Specifically with that, I want to like legitimately grow it, bro. There's no reason why Green Clean can't be the best cleaning company in London, Ontario.
100%.
2024.
Even too, has a really
President's Choice Award. Bang.
You can't hit that easy.
There's no reason why.
Even
not.
too, we've worked there. Like we both have done this together, and like I've been only an employee, but I've seen the journey and everything like that. It's like, remember, you guys have like a big contract.
Yeah, a couple.
So, right? So
a few.
It's not like you can't kind of leverage that name or those contract names to get into just as big.
Well, it's like, no, I haven't tried.
Yeah.
I haven't tried, bro.
What made you think I need to try?
it was a combination of my mentor, Jack, because Jack what he kind of said to me was like, yo, like, I think you're the type of person that has to be kind of building businesses, and you have a business already. It's efficient. Have you ever tried to actually like work on it, not in it, like grow it? Like, and I was like, fuck, I don't know if I've ever actually tried that. So he kind of opened my mind in regards to like, there's a lot here. Like, this is like a golden egg that's in front of my eyes that I'm not like watering or nourishing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm kind of just letting it float and be what it is. But no, bro, it's time to double down, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro.
Bro, I love that. And especially for you, man. Like, I think it's a weird thing to say, right? Because I think when you say, I think there's some disbelief in a way.
Yeah.
I know you could build that company. It's like, even till we've talked about it, it's just like, all it needs is a little bit of watering, a little bit of nurture, and could go.
And not only that, even like this podcast with like building sponsors, bro, getting leads for that. Like, this podcast is so valuable, man. Like, we know the big eyes that are watching. We know people see value the same way we see value in it, right? So like, a sponsor is gonna make some good return on their investment if they invest in our podcast. So like, that's another way of growing business, right? Yeah. We're about to finish the podcast room downstairs. We're probably honestly gonna have it done in like a month or so. But yeah, we're gonna rent that out to other podcasts. That's another way of revenue. You know what I mean? There's so many different ways. Just like, have you truly tried? Other than reading a book and fucking making goals on paper and making a little list, have you tried? Like, have you genuinely tried and opened the computer and put 2 hours into building something, researching something, and then the next day doing the same thing, and then for 365 days?
Only compounding.
I haven't in regards to business.
I haven't.
So this might be 365 for business, bro.
Oh, this could be a good challenge though. Remember how you did like, okay, I'm gonna work out every day. Well, I'm gonna put 2 hours into my business every day.
And just show how much it grows.
It'd be good. I remember even too, like this, it'll be like a funny joke one, but remember when you want to grow from like $1,000 to $100K on the bank account?
Yeah.
That was going to be the challenge.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same idea if you kind of look at it. Yeah. But this one's like more grandiose.
Yeah, exactly. And it's all based on what I'm doing. Like, what am I going to be watching TV, or am I going to be checking what are other cleaning services charging for their services? Like, what are my competition's doing? Yeah. What are they not doing? There's so much things you can do, bro. You can spend your time just building your business, but a lot of us don't. The little nitty gritty stuff, like making a link tree. There's no reason why in generational real estate, there's not a link tree to book a 30-minute call with me. And then once I do enough of those free ones and people actually get value and testimonials, I charge $50 an hour.
Yeah. Because you do have knowledge.
Bro, I do have knowledge. I'm not downplaying myself. I do have a lot of knowledge, and I genuinely want others to succeed too. And I've showed a lot of people like that I'm hungry, and I'm just like always willing to learn and develop myself and teach my knowledge. So like, there's ways, man. There's ways to really double down on your own like talents or your own beliefs or your own like accomplishments. Yeah, but it's like people don't really.
Do you think it's hard to leverage what you know to like almost like a business in a sense?
No, because I already have it planned out, and I don't want to share too much on the podcast, but I already have like how each business per se is going to impact the other one, and which ones are going to be
almost monopoly style, right?
Yeah, you have to, in a way. You have to like for example, like generational real estate. Generational real estate right now, I know it's private money and joint ventures that I'm looking for right now. You know? There's 3 doors. We're turning over properties. We're very successful with the way we're doing it. We're very calculated with our moves. That by giving people value, it's bound to have a return of maybe a joint venture partner, maybe someone who's willing to leverage their money and give me a private loan, which is gonna further my investing career. Like that's that's what I see generational real estate being, just being like a credible brand that's just making businesses and buying real estate with others that are like-minded, or apartments.
Like looking at all the businesses and then niching them down. I forget who actually told us to. Remember this? Like, I think it may have been Chase. Like going all the way back like that. It's like figuring out which every business does and then niching it down. So like that one, you're niching down to like private money and then flip, or like essential flips.
Yeah. Like I guess niching down to who exactly are you trying to target? Yeah. Who are you trying to get a lead from? Like a lead is someone who you're trying to solve a problem for, right? So like, for example, like with Nüvida and sponsors, our leads would be sponsors, people who want to market and advertise their product or their service or whatever. So we got to get in contact with those people. We got to generate those leads. Our content kind of has to be tailored for those people if you want that sort of business.
100%.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's interesting, bro. It's the 100 million leads for Alex Hormozi. Yeah. Craziest book, kurva.
Yeah, you posted about it today. Books. Where do you rate it in like your book list, son?
Top 3 for sure.
Really?
Top 3 for sure.
Jeez.
For sure.
That's heavy
bro.
To think.
Yeah, bro. I know. But like it shocked me.
But even I think it's what's kind of like led this change where you're at now, no?
Well, yeah, bro. Like I said, like there's no guaranteed source of income for me as of October 2nd, and I'm okay with that. I actually feel calm, like very calm about that because
it reminds me of, sorry to cut you off, Ottawa, round 2. Mm-hmm. Think about that. It's like Ottawa round 2.
Yeah, exactly. But now like with my wife, who's gonna like make sure I'm accountable. She'd be like, "Oh, what did you do today?" You know what I mean? But that's what you need, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's what it takes. You know what I mean? To just keep on going.
Do you think that's why that's so like possible or like a lot easier to do? Is it because she's because she's there to kind of like make sure you actually get it done,
bro? If you don't have your significant other who believes in what you're doing, especially as a male, it's tough. I can't imagine like how tough that would be. I'm fortunate enough to not be in that situation where like my significant other, like my wife, she supports and believes in what I do. No matter how crazy it sounds, like she feels comfortable. She can sleep at night knowing that I'm going to make this decision. You know what I mean? That is rare. That is rare, bro. Like, so what I mean? So that oddly makes me even more, like more content with my decision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That you have someone right there that's going to be like, you got this.
Yeah. Okay. You got this. Like, yes, I'm going to hold you accountable. Yes, I'm going to know you and make sure that you're doing things like you're not wasting your days, which, you know what, that's what I want and need. But it's a blessing, to be honest. Like, I can't imagine if right now my wife was like, "No, you got to get a job." Da-da-da-da-da.
There's some people out there.
Hey, buddy. Man. There's a lot of unique situations out there. And I'm not saying like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying some wives are right for saying that to their men, because I don't know if their man's is a fucking kurva, you know?
Well, I was going to ask you, what's like one crazy idea you had that Claude's just like shut down because it's like probably wasn't going to happen? Like, do you have one?
Crazy. I would say no, like nothing too radical.
Never like just shot for the stars and been like, babe, like, we're going to move to like Dubai, like, you know what I mean? Dubai, like tomorrow kind of idea. No.
I've never been too radical. Like me quitting my jobs or me just like doubling down on myself. Like those are kind of like the extremes of it. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, like why are you doing this? Like, I don't get it now, but I'm sure like
you have it figured out in your head.
Yeah.
It's just hard to
I have it figured out. I said, I told her right now, I'm like, I have all the stones in my hand right now. I know exactly what to do. I just don't have the fucking time. Sure. So that's all it is. I don't have the time. Yeah. I have all these ideas. I have all this like, I want to implement this strategy here in this business. I want to do this and do that, but there's no time.
And it goes back to what you needed most, which is a personal assistant to kind of.
Yeah. But now I have time, now I have time. So now I'm able to really grow all these businesses, and I will be able to live off of my earnings. Fruits of my labor. You know what I mean? But like on my terms, you know what I mean? And I'm going to make it happen 100%.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Always 100%. Have and always will. Let's go on a little lighter note then. Yeah. No, I just really wanted to twist it at this. It's like, okay, you saw Aiden Ross with the Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, that was crazy. The fake.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think like clout is something that's getting like out of hand almost in a way? Because like that was just pure clout if you think about it.
Yeah, but like also.
Or is that marketing strategy too?
It's all marketing, bro. It's all marketing. He had 300,000 people tune into his live stream.
On Kick, I think too. So it's not like something that's used by a lot of people.
Exactly. That's how many eyes were on him at that time. You know what I mean? It's all marketing, bro. Good on you, Aiden Ross. You're showing us what it takes. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, we're talking about Aiden Ross. Yeah. The whole world's talking about Aiden Ross.
Yeah. He hit the button and got everyone to talk about it.
You know what I mean? Like props, bro.
It's wild.
Can't get mad about that.
The reason I asked you that was because do you remember the girl from Toronto, that Lady SB girl that like snitched on the? Remember we sent this to each other, the one that snitched on her like boyfriend for like abusing the kid or whatever.
No, I don't remember.
Oh man, come on. So it's let me recap real quick. So it's a girl named Lady SB out of Toronto. She was trying to say that she called Child Protective Services on her one of her, two of her exes because they were abusing the kids, but it wasn't true. And then she fabricated pictures to kind of make them look bad.
Okay? Amber Heard shit.
Horrible person to even freaking come up with something like that. It's just dumb. So then she ended up going to No Jumper, and then she sat across Sharp, and Sharp like pressed her for this. So when he pressed her, she's like, "No, it was a PR stunt. Like my PR people told me to say this."
Wow.
So like that's why I asked you about like is clout almost like a disease or something? Because like these are two people who took real extremes. One, like you're talking about ruining people's lives, saying that like I did this and laughed about it, and then the other one is like you're literally talking about like a tyrant within like the world that like if he actually had a conversation with him, do you not think like the government would have already been on top of that at that point? Because even to remember, that's Andrew Tate's best friend. Yeah. So it's like now Tate's talking to Kim. Like,
I don't know, bro. I mean, there's two types of people on the internet. There's people who are like creators and like influencers and are just all about the clout and the views and I'm famous and people are following me, contradicting in the comments. Like, I fucking love it. You know, there's those guys. And then there's just people who want to actually just do business and just put out content for business. And I've always said this. I deleted all my Instagram pictures like a year or two ago. I had some stupid pictures up there because I was like, this is my business resume. This is my business profile. People are going to look at my page and they're going to either trust me or they're not going to trust me. That's just the reality of like where business is going nowadays in 2023, especially for like, think about our younger siblings, our younger cousins, like people who are 10, 11, 12, 13. They're going to get all their business from social media.
100%.
All their business. None of this shit where you're looking like, but that's where we are right now. So if you're going to like double down on marketing, now is the time to do it on social media. So don't do it for the fucking, cloud and my PR person. Just be authentic, give value, and for every 10 times that you're giving, maybe you can ask your audience for one ask, which is like, maybe I'm selling this.
Do you have a sellout number?
Or what?
A sellout number.
The fuck does that mean?
Sellout number. So it's like, let me see.
Like how much money would you need to give me to fucking rock a Pride fucking
or t-shirt? Or something that you like
fucking, and you will not ever see me one of those.
20, 40, 100. You wouldn't do it for 100?
Do what exactly?
I don't even know because I don't want it to be extreme, but it needs to be something that like goes against what your.
Tell me. Give me run a scenario. Run a scenario. This would be good. Run a scenario, and I'll tell you what I'll do.
So the branding would be this. Okay, we'll make it funny. It'll be Ricardo. You need to promote men working in the kitchen, cleaning. Doing every role that a traditional woman would do, but you have to do it now. And you can't do any of the other jobs.
On TV? What do you mean?
No. Just like that's what you're doing. But also
for life.
Yeah, for life.
I'm always doing
woman stuff and like that's just you.
No money at all.
Like you wouldn't be a stay-at-home dad, like, you know.
But see, there's a difference. There's a difference of being a stay-at-home dad and being someone who does all female tasks.
That's what I'm saying, though. That falls into like the stay-at-home mom like vibe. That's what I'm trying to ask you. It's like
I'd be a stay-at-home dad. Holy fuck! What are you talking about? I mean, like I'll be still doing my shit, but like doing female tasks. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. That's why I cannot say yes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because like what, like, you know,
I didn't pivot that one too well there.
Yeah, but now let me give you a scenario.
Okay, hit me with it.
How much money would it take for you to walk hand in hand with Trudeau in Pride, Toronto?
Never. I think I've already talked way too much shit about him. There's too many episodes where I say fuck Trudeau and shit. I can't go back on that now because I think really
$100 million.
No. Still no. Because
$100 million to you, your mom, your grandma, and Jorge.
To be honest with you, no. Still no. Because like the thing is, as good as it would be for the family, I don't think that I'd be able to carry out myself happy enough and truthful enough after talking all that shit. And still to this day, fuck that guy.
Okay, not Trudeau. Jagmeet Singh. Because it seems like you try to play it off like it was something against Trudeau, right?
No, I think it's like I'm at the point.
What about Jagmeet Singh though?
No, I even told my mom this.
So
why? I told her this. I don't think I can be bought out anymore. Okay, I think I'm more than enough happy where like my life is. I've figured out that I don't want too much, man. Realistically, like having a lot would be great, but I don't need. It's not a necessity. Yeah. And I think that's the biggest difference between a lot of people. It's like you see stuff and you think you need it. I don't need it no more. I think I figured out like what I want.
What do you want?
Give me a house, 5 acres, a wife, 3 kids. Call it a day. Let me do my podcast. I'm good. Mm-hmm. Simple as that.
What kind of kids?
What do you mean?
Where you go?
Give me a girl first, because I think it
really
100%.
Yeah, humble the fuck out of you, eh? That's why?
Even too is like I think I've felt the humbling because like Jeff, for example, right? Like just being around Allegra for so long, it's like you just figure out it's just like it kind of pulls something from you. Where like you know, like with a boy, I haven't had a boy or like had that experience with growing up with them, but I feel it can be somewhat combative. With a female or whatever, especially like as a male, you're a little more like receptive to being like not caretaker, but a protector. Yeah, you're like, oh, do this, that, don't walk this way, watch your step, like little things like that. Maybe you do it with everybody, but this is like my experience so far, and I was really. So
you want to go first, eh?
Holy. And I even remember
maybe the first guy to say that.
Yeah, maybe. I remember
nothing wrong with it.
I remember for a fact I used to always say I wanted a boy first, and then. Like a year and a half ago, I had the flip of the switch where I'm like, no, I'll have a girl first. I think it'd be way more humbling.
Yeah.
You?
Doesn't matter, obviously, as long as they're healthy. But of course, I want a fucking lad. You know, the first one to be is a fucking heavy, sturdy lad. Yeah.
What will you name him right now? If you had to pick
I have no idea, bro. I have no idea.
No Ricardo Jr.?
Well, he's going to be a Lionel Messi soccer player because Claudia and me, you know, we're greasy soccer players. So, Jeez. I don't know, something crazy. Something like where they're going to, on ESPN, like a fucking crazy soccer name.
Yeah, like
I don't even know, bro. Like, some Italian too, a little bit.
Yeah, just something that hits different, right? Yeah. I feel you. You don't
crazy.
Want, like, like, for example, when he goes to school, there's nobody with the same
like name. Luca Bonatelli Carranza. Something fucking wild.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I feel
Luca Bonatelli Carranza.
That's hilarious. I even remember, so like, you know how like king in Spanish is Rey, right?
Yeah.
Like R-E-Y. So I've always said to the family, my son, that's what I'm naming him, Rey. So Rey Coca, so it's King Coca.
Yeah, that's actually dope.
I always thought about that, and I think it's just like funny, but like also kind of cool, you know? Like I know no one else, unless his name is like Reynaldo. Like what other kid like in Canada is gonna be named that? Barely.
But yo, fucking, what are your thoughts with Canada's beef with India?
Explain it to me. Oh yeah, so what? So Canada or India shut off Canadians coming into India, correct?
So this is what happened. So here's a little timeline. Justin Trudeau goes to India for I think it's a G7 summit or something like that, right? He's out there acting very sketchy with
his son. His son was there too, no?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. Probably watching Barbie out there. But anyways, Trudeau's plane gets all fucked up in India, and Trudeau doesn't trust any of the Indian authorities flying back to Canada. He's like, fuck that, because I know they're trying to make me gone, bro. You know what I mean? So he's waiting. He waits a couple days. The Canadian plane comes and whatever. They drive him back to Canada. Once he gets back to Canada, he says that the Indian government had, they were, after investigations, they were basically found guilty of murdering someone in Canada. The name, I think it was like, I don't even want to fuck this name up.
I remember this.
You know what I mean?
But you brought up earlier that you're like, search it up. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, like, Trudeau's blaming the Indian government for assassinating someone on Canadian soil. So right after that, Trudeau puts a travel
embargo,
a travel like warning for those Canadians that are going to India, and then India puts a travel warning for those traveling to Canada. Okay. But then just today, which is, I think, what day is today? September 21st. September 21st. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That's when India actually
embargoed them.
They banned Canadians getting visas to India.
I heard that. That's wild. Man. What do you think that's going to do for like economically? Let's start there.
I mean, bro, it's crazy, right? Like how Canada just like flopped, bro. As a country, how we're just tumbling downhill. We're like the leaders of the fucking left, the radical leftists. We're the leaders of that. Canada's proud of that. Trudeau loves to watch Barbie with his son. He loves that. He also loves the French Prime Minister. You know what I mean, though? Like, you can't make this shit up nowadays.
Like, I forget who I was listening to, but they were literally talking about Canada. I think we had like the quickest fall. That's the craziest thing to think. We were like, man, pre-COVID, we were top dogs.
That's what happens when you have the nicest country. Because we used to be the nicest country. We still are, but they're about to see some not so nice.
Some dark stuff, yeah.
Especially how they're saying that COVID's supposed to come back in November. They're supposed to be wearing masks again. I'm not wearing a fucking mask.
I'm not. Fuck that.
You're not catching me in a mask in any store in 2023, 2024. Bro.
Not doing it.
Not doing it.
The only time I'm forced to go to the hospital to see a family member, I'm going to call them out now just in case someone catches me.
Yeah.
2, if I have to be on a plane because I have to go somewhere. That's it. No other reason.
I'm not even doing that. I'm not wearing a mask, bro. It's fugazi. Think about how crazy it is.
Even too, they've already proven they do not work.
Yeah.
It's facts. It's just facts. If we want to go, you want to fight about it, you want to argue about it, listen, they're just facts. They don't work.
Yeah. Wow, bro.
It's scary. It's scary because like, it's almost like, does it feel like deja vu to you?
It's happening for me, it's just like, how did we get here? I swear Canada was something I was so proud of, like saying I was, you know what I mean? Yeah. I remember being like in high school, I'm like, I'm Canadian. Like, I'm so happy that my family came to Canada. And now it's just like, this leader is such a clown, bro, such a goof. Like, it's so hard to stand by this beautiful fucking country.
Yeah.
Like, let's get rid of this guy. Let's get rid
Start over almost in a way.
Let's start over to what we actually are. Let's get oil from fucking Alberta. Let's be self-sufficient. Let's stop relying on other countries. We're a powerhouse. We're so big. You know how much land we have?
The most.
But we're too busy, just being gatos, bro.
Even too, it's like, I like how the US talked about this, but being like the world police in a way, right? Because even too, we were like the world peacekeepers. It's not a bad thing, right? You do want influence in some form because like, I forget what country, but it's like in Europe, like Canadians are very welcome there every time they come because like of like how nice we are, like what we did in peace, right? Like that's stuff that like made us love Canada. You know what I mean? Like even too, we were talking about it. Like you said 2 years ago, man, I tatted a Canadian flag on my body. And like, it's not a like bad way. When I first got it, I still believe in it. Like my mom brought me to Canada to have a better life. It just really sucks that like I'm on the downturn of what Canada is now.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel as like glorifying or like, doesn't feel as like a powerful like piece of art on me anymore.
But I feel like you never want to make the nice people angry. You know what I mean? Because as much as people think Canada's so nice, also Canada's a big reason why World War II was won. You know, like when it really comes down to it, Canada is very nitty and gritty, bro. Yeah. And you get the trucker boys and the convoy boys, the farm boys, the real Canadians. You're the ones who go, people just come to our country to eat off our cows and drink off our milk. Like, those Canadians, don't get them angry, yo. Because those are some nice guys if you come here legally. They fucking love you. But don't get them angry, you know what I mean? Like, because they could really rebel, bro. Imagine literally the government being overturned in Canada. It's possible. There's more of us than there are them.
100%. Even too, I think it'd be like, imagine living in that though. What would it be like? Like we've never, like, that's the one thing we were like, me and you are very fortunate about. Like our families came to like very oppressive governments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've never felt it, but until this, but it's a different type of oppression.
It's a
psychological. It's
fucking sick sort of oppression here.
Right? Because like, think about it. Our family, our families.
They're doing it for the better of people. They're playing on emotions. Oh, you don't want to use this language? You're being a bigot.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, don't make me slap you in the face, bro. But if I do, all of a sudden I'm violent.
Yeah. And then you're going to jail. And then it's a hate crime. And then it's crazy stuff like that. It's like our family, like they move because like family members are being killed because they believed in something different.
Well, there was a march this weekend that occurred all over Ontario
hold up. So let's put a date. So it was September 20th, I want to say. And we're on September 21st.
Yeah, there was a march on basically stop indoctrinating the kids with your ideologies.
Yeah.
And Trudeau tweeted some stupid tweet. He was like, there's no way, we'll put it up.
Yeah.
He said some shit, basically like summarizing. He's like, there's no way that we're going to allow for hate speech to go on in the LGBTQ plus SQW, whatever the hell that is now, right? And then it's just funny. It's just like, what are you talking about? We just don't want you to teach our kids that. They're so vulnerable. The government's job is not to teach our kids. We'll teach our kids. You guys teach them math, science, health. Don't be telling them you're they, them.
Yeah. Even
what the fuck is a they, them, brother?
Even too, it's just like...
I still don't know, bro. I still don't fucking know, bro.
Man, it's not described. It's not described and
like,
can't be described.
That's crazy, bro. Crazy. They means a group, bro.
Yeah.
That means them. Like, there's more than 2 or 3 people. That's them. You know don't tell me you're they, them. I'm being too crazy.
You know what?
Right
no,
now.
but not even that. It's just like,
man, it's frustrating.
Well,
it's
frustrating. It's like, you know what makes me laugh about it? Just like this, we'll get a little comedic with this. It's like, yo, everyone always says like English is the most hardest language to understand because there's always one word, but it might mean 3 different things. What about now?
Bro, it's wild.
And even too, it's like, man, it almost kind of makes me wonder and think it's like is life...
Well, imagine the immigrants coming over here just like trying to look for a better life and they're there writing the fucking exam and what are you? He, him, they, them, there. And they're like, holy shit, I didn't study this.
I'm all of them.
Yeah, but they don't know, bro. Yeah. They might just think accidentally like, oh, it's us.
Mm-hmm.
It's us coming to the country. So they're going to circle us and us probably means like everybody plus XYQ.
Facts. No, but like you're not wrong. It's just like I don't know, man. I don't freaking know. I even too think about it like this. It's just like it's like why now? Especially too like that's what I want to get into is like why are we going through this? You know, like don't get me wrong, like some of our parents went through like World War II, World War I, like like none. But this one's so different. It's the same type of war. But it's waged on different battlegrounds. That's
the battleground is your speech and your tongue.
Yeah,
that's what we're fighting for. Is what we can say and can't say.
You can be canceled, which is different. So, or is that a version of being killed? You know what I mean? If you get canceled, are you dead? Dead ass done.
Well, it's one thing. Like if you're getting canceled by let's say like society, sure. Like, sure, fucking cancel me society. Right? Yeah. Like, what society? But if you get canceled by the government and you can't work because of what you said.
Can't buy food.
You can't do this because you said this. Oh, you didn't call a man a they, them, or a she because he fucking has a beard. Like, all of a sudden, your businesses will shut down and you can be charged and go to jail.
Do you think that's
crazy, bro? Like, I hate to be so radical, but what?
I think man, is it what happened? Even too, though, I guess Canada, we don't have the amendment like that, right? Like, you know, we don't have actual free speech. Like, that's the one thing we actually hold differently between the US. Canada doesn't have free speech. You can say what they let you say, but you don't have like the voice to be like.
You used to.
I don't even think we used to. I think the difference was. I think everybody was so like not polarizing. I think that's might not be like what I'm trying to say, but like you didn't have 2 divisions. We were all kind of like, remember, there were people who didn't like people, but there were enough people in the middle that'd be like, oh, they're tolerable. We can deal with them. The
thing is, we're all like this now. I bet you any money, Coca, if we go out with mics and we ask 1,000 people on the streets their thoughts on all this craziness, 97% would think rationally and be like, wait a second, kids are vulnerable.
Yeah, they are.
Why are we gonna confuse their little souls?
Man,
but 97% will say that. But what it seems like in Canada is you say that you're gonna get canceled when really 98% just have their mouths closed.
Shut. Yeah,
not gonna say shit because they're scared, yo.
Man, funniest like comparison I saw is like, you know how everyone says, yeah, kids are very impressionable, very vulnerable. So his dad goes up to this kid. I think he was like 4 years old or 2. So whatever. This is a very like impressionable age. He goes up, do you want 2 Oreos or $1,000 cash? Kid looks at the $1,000, looks at two Oreos, like, I'll take the Oreos. Kids will take immediate gratification over like long-term all day. So they don't really know the difference. It's the idea is just like, there are convos that we can have at certain times. It's like, even too, it's for us. It's like, I think the craziest part is some people will argue it's like we didn't have these conversations when we were younger.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
And bro, and emotion is the cheapest expression of a human being is emotion because like you're mad, you'll break a wall. And all of a sudden then you're thinking you'll be like, oh fuck, I broke my hand and the wall is sad, whatever. Yeah. Cheap emotion is the cheapest thing. But what's crazy is like, man, like we're letting these people that are so emotional take over like society. Bro, I saw a clip of a bunch of people in Germany who thought that they were dogs, bro. They literally identify as a dog and they're all howling in the capital. They're like, oh, walking, crawling around on all fours, yo. Bro, I also heard it in Ontario, bro. Someone in St. Thomas, bro. I'm not even gonna mention names. There's a school in St. Thomas. They have a kitty litter inside the bathroom because a girl identifies as a cat. In Ontario, a school has a kitty litter in a bathroom because the girl identifies as a cat. What the fuck, bro? Bro, come on, bro. Like, this isn't a dream. I feel like I'm in a dream right now. I think I feel like this is a simulation. Are we actually talking about this, bro?
Well, that's my big issue now. That's,
you know what I'll do if I was principal, bro? I would fucking grab that kitty litter, throw it out, bro, and just be like, yo, what the hell's going on here, yo? Deal with this. I'd be like, yo, you're not a cat. You're a fucking human.
Yeah, man. That's why I feel like it's almost like, a simulation. Bro? That's why I feel like
I'm getting too emotional on this pod, bro.
No, it's all good, bro. It's like, I think these are things that we have to talk about, or at least like voice ourselves, because we've talked to our followers, our audience, and everyone like that. And like, to be honest with you, man, you know it. Some of the comments we get, like in the DMs, will be like, I love that you guys are just talking about it, like bringing it up to light. Because like, for example, a lot of the times this is either not out, not allowed to be heard, or even too, just no one wants to talk about it. And like, we've had people say like, yeah, I think you guys have some validity to what you're saying, but even too, it's about letting people have their own idea to talk about this. It's like, if you believe this, yo, don't be like, don't be scared. Yeah, just say it. Like, at the same time, you should be able to have a conversation about it. Like, the problem is like, if it's a good point, it can be discussed. Yeah. That's just a fact. Exactly. That's a fact. Exactly. Like, if something is worth or factual enough, you can speak about it.
And to make one thing clear, like, you need to love every human being.
100%. That's not.
What we're talking against is teaching or ideologies, bro. Thinking that stuff that isn't natural, stuff that is like sick and corrupt is normal. That's what we're speaking up against. It's not about like, you know, someone wants to do this with their body. Sure. Like, you know what I mean? Love every human being. There's a human being inside there. Love them. But don't be teaching a bunch of young kids about this. About like, you might feel like this one day. How do you feel today? Stop fucking talking to them like that. Why is that a
daily discussion? Shouldn't you allow them to come up to you and just say like, hey, I have a problem? Or hey, not even a problem. Or maybe it is, that's when you should talk about it. But when it's like something that for example,
for hundreds of years, there's never been a little curva once the teacher said, hey, I have a problem. I feel I'm a fucking boy when I'm a girl. No, man. That didn't happen until the teachers are like, yeah, what are you? Yeah. What are you today? Do you feel like this today? It's the sick adults. It's the sick adults, bro. Yeah. It's just a bunch of sick adults.
Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, best thing is I can say is I don't know, because like going back to what you say a lot of time, it's just like I feel like this is like a dream where it's like everything's happening just to kind of question what reality is.
Because like the Mexicans who showed the alien.
Yeah, let's dump into that one. Because they look like cakes.
They are cakes. I swear they were cakes.
Nah, man, that was a troll from what I read. Because like, but this is a crazy part. So apparently the doctor from Mexico that did the autopsy, so he talks to my.
So it's not cake?
No. So take this in. This is where it gets more wild. The doctor that did the autopsies on them said that he talks to La Virgen Maria de Guadalupe, and she said that these are aliens. That's how twisted it kind of is, this story. It's like, can we really trust this guy?
I don't know, man. Like,
they look like paper mache fucking aliens. Let's not lie to anybody. Or like, come on, bro.
There's no way Mexico just unrevealed an alien. Like, right? There's no way that's true. Like if anyone's gonna pull some fucking stuff like that, it's the Mexicans. Man, you know what I mean?
I remember when I was like little man's, like I was maybe 6 or 8, and we'd be in Nicaragua and we're watching the news, and they had pictures of chupacabras. So let's like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to diss Latin news, but let's be serious here. Yeah, I was told there were chupacabras as a little kid. Yeah. I'd never seen a chupacabra in my life. I've been out in the wild. Like, nah. This is
La Llorona.
La Llorona. That's
La Llorona. The girls crying in the mountains.
Let's tell them that story. That's a good little horror story.
Apparently, like all the Latino, like El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua,
all the
Central Americans, they believe in this crying woman. It's called La
Llorona.
La Llorona. It's a crying woman. And basically, when you're in the dark, late nights, you'll see this beautiful woman in the streets asking for a ride. She looks so beautiful, you can't resist it. So you drive up to her and you're like, yo, like, do you want a ride? And she's so beautiful. She comes in the car and then she turns into this fucking into this witch, and she like basically eats you, bro. But the thing is they call her the crier because all you hear as you're driving is a woman crying. So they call it the La Llorona. So she's crying. You're like, oh, what's that? And there's a beautiful lady crying. So you want to help her. And then this girl just crushes you.
See, that's even too, I think like,
bro, I have family members in El Salvador who
are shook of it, right?
Who swear they have witnessed it.
See, even swear. Another good like Latino story is Los Coyotes. Do you remember? Do you remember that one? No, the Coyotes. It was like so it'd be like a white dog and a black dog. So listen, the black dog is like really ugly, mangy looking. Like you're not you by look wise, you don't trust it. And then you have a nice white, like husky, like beautiful dog, and that's the evil one. So the whole story is this: like essentially, you'll be walking yourself home. A lot of stories told by like drunk men or whatever. They're walking home and they're going through, and they just like see two dogs pop up. You see the mangy black one, and you see the beautiful white one. So when you're watching them, like instinctually, you're like, okay, probably the white one's going to be a lot nicer to me than this mangy looking black one. The story is reversed. You should go with the black one, the mangy black one, not the white one. The white one's essentially going to lead you to your death. So the whole story is like, when you see these two, it's like, okay, do you trust the bad side before you trust the good side?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. That's one thing I always love is Latinos. We have some crazy stories. Or like Los Monos. You ever hear that one? Like this one's wild. It's just about like witches that turn people to monkeys.
It's crazy, bro. Hey, I mean, Central American history and the Mayans and all that. Like, though, hey,
we're deep. We're like the original, like not original, but we are indigenous. For like, if you really go far back enough, it'd be like the Mayan, the Aztec, the Incans. Yeah. Like those are like the properties of Central America, realistically.
Exactly. Yo, I want to take a piss, take a break.
Yeah,
and we back just like that.
Kind of crazy.
Just like that.
The host got it done.
So I'm just working on some business right now, bro. I'm just trying to lock in a couple guests, but you know how it is.
That's what I love to see. Contracts.
Contracts
are leads. Like, do you feel those things are almost the same? Yeah, right?
No.
Contracts and when you get it signed, right? Like contracts when it's over.
Well,
right?
A close, yeah. I guess what you're talking about is a close. A close and a lead is different. A lead is like
the beginning.
Is like, okay, this person can be a potential customer or client or whatever. And then a close is like, yo.
Contract is a whole picture kind of thing.
It's done. We locked them in.
Yeah. Okay. Might have to change how I feel about stuff then.
Yeah, bro.
Because like I feel like leads definitely is probably the hardest part, I would say, for me. The close. At least the method. Listen,
bro, I know. How much contacts do you have on your phone right now?
Way too much.
Roughly.
Too much.
Guess.
Probably 1,000.
1,000 contacts on your phone.
I think so.
That's 1,000 leads.
Yeah.
How the fuck is that your hardest part? How much you have on Instagram?
Close to 1,000 too.
That's 2,000.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. It's like, it's the beginning. I don't know. I've always.
How many people in your network know what you're doing with the printing?
I would say maybe like 15%. If I'm being realistic. But you know what I'm saying, I haven't tapped
but you know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, 100%.
People don't even know what you're doing. The leads are there. You have 2,000 people you can reach out to. Hey, you don't even have to say to them. You don't even have to be like, do you want to buy a shirt off me? You'd be like, hey, listen, do you know anyone who's interested in shirts? I actually have a printing company. We're picking 5 people and we're going to do a 30% discount for those 5 people. So if you know any businesses that are interested in printing shirts, please let me know, bro. Thank you so much. All of a sudden you plant something in them where they're like, fuck, I want a shirt. I need shirts. Mm-hmm. But indirectly, you know what I mean?
I see this is what the book did to you, eh?
Yo, I'm telling you.
I love this though. I love it because you told me, read this fucking book and like it'll change. And like, to be honest, it makes me understand more why. Like, remember we had this conversation. It's like, yo, I need to double down, and I told you should, right? Like, it's just like now knowing, I guess, where the information, or at least like kind of like, what's the best way? Like the motivation of like, because there is a way to do it. There's so many avenues. It's just like either you're not realizing it or you're not trying. That's what I'm kind of getting out of it, right?
Exactly.
Like from what you're saying.
His business has been glamorized for so long on social media, like entrepreneurship to be specific, that it's like something cool. Everyone's an entrepreneur. That it's become so inflated to the point where a lot of entrepreneurs are now like, wait, I'm supposed to be making money. Because they forgot entrepreneurs are actually hustlers. They hustle, they bustle, they knock on doors, they email, they call, bring you to the landing pages. They'll try to close you 2-3 times. They'll make that's what it is, bro. Yeah. That's the life that you want. That's the reality. Yeah. That's what you want to trade in for a full-time job. It's not to fucking go scratch your balls on a beach in Miami. No, man, it's to work. Maybe that's a reward every once in a while.
I think even too, that's the hardest part is like social media glorifies this, like you can do whatever the fuck you want whenever, but it's like they don't actually show you like the 12 hours beforehand before they got to.
It's like the whole window shopper like thing where it's like social media is good because it shows you what is possible, because some people are doing it, but it doesn't show you like what's behind all that.
Yeah, or the like 95 other people that didn't get to actually make it to where you're at.
Exactly, bro.
Okay. I love it.
But yo, how are your ankles feeling, buddy?
Man, Tough Mudder, 15K in Norfolk.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wild. No training either, you motherfucker. We did nothing for this.
How's the experience for you overall?
I would say honestly, obstacles, easy, bro. Because even too, we talked about this. Like every obstacle was not hard other than that doorknob. Yeah. Like I crushed through everything. Yeah. Even too, like the Ninja Warrior one, which I'm really impressed. We all got through that.
That was a crazy one, bro.
How did you feel about it leading that charge? Because I remember let's give them a little bit of context. So like, especially with the 15K, when you first get in there, they make you run about I would say about 3K. Fair enough, right? 3K, then you hit 3 obstacles, right? And then you kind of crush through that. But even too, when you're
the whole time when you're running, it's in forest.
Yeah.
Through mud, you feel like a wild wilderness guy, you know?
Yeah. A bunch of people with you too. So even too, it's like you could be running your fastest, but you might have people block your way. Yeah. There's people falling down. There's a lot. It's very chaotic.
It's crazy. My favorite part was the speech before, bro. When the guy's like, he was so like he made me like low key like almost tear, bro. The way he was talking, bro.
He invigorated you.
He was like, guys, right now you're about to run. He's like, you know how much people can't run?
That's so fucked when he said that.
And then he looks around, he's smiling. This black guy from the States. He's just looking out, smiling with he looked like a Texas accent. Yeah, he had like a little handkerchief. He was looking so sick, like a football coach. And he was like, when's the last time you did something for the first time? And we're like, and I'm sitting there like, holy fuck, this guy's right, bro. Yeah. I'm there almost in tears, like, yo, let's do this, yeah, let's do this. And he's just hyping everyone up. Everyone hold each other. Look at the guy on your left, look at the guy on your right. We're doing this together. 15K, and I'm almost there about to shit myself. All of us were kind of nervous, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, oh fuck, bro. 15 kilometers and 30 obstacles.
Man, even too, I think it was wild because it didn't really feel like 15K straight up. Like, if I'm being honest with you, yeah, like time-wise, yeah. But like in running.
But we can't say that, bro, because there's a lot of times.
We took breaks. We did. Yeah, we did.
But I'm happy with us because as a team, when we all were like, okay, 1 minute break, we're running once we touch that.
We never took more than a minute break, I don't think. It was just like 30 seconds or maybe like 30 paces and then like, let's go, boys.
And that became like, that was usually after the tough obstacles, like army crawling like 30 yards.
That was kind of wild. The barbed wire one?
Yeah, because then there's barbed wire that's cutting you if you're not like
under it low enough. Yeah. I think here, let's talk about let's start at favorite, then we'll go to worst. What was your favorite event you did?
The ninja obstacle.
Yeah?
My favorite. I'm telling you right now, bro, I walked up there and I was just like,
you're number one too.
I'm gonna complete this.
You're first, which is kind of like nerve-wracking, I would say.
Because that was like after like kilometer like 12.
Yeah, it was it was It was like
kilometer 11, 12, or 13. Yeah. It was one of those kilometers and the whole team's bus and the whole team's just like, we come up to this huge monkey like obstacle course where you're swinging on monkey bars and you're swinging on like wheels that are spinning and then you got to hop on it. It's like, and then if you fall in cold water.
Yeah.
So we all walk up kind of like not defeated, but we all walk up bus and we're all like, fuck. And I that's when I was like, yo, I have to do it first and I have to get it done. Because if I don't get it done, then the standard is low.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then, as soon as I jumped, bro, I'm hanging the monkey bar and I'm like, fuck, I gotta go fast, yo. Because I can't be wasting energy.
Were your arms giving out at all in any way?
In the beginning, I was probably the most nervous, to be honest.
Me too. Like the monkey, like the orange bars, right?
Yeah, the orange bars. So I did that fast. I jumped in the wheel. The wheel spun. I'm jumping the wheel. And as soon as I made it, I turn around. I see all the boys coming on the monkey bars, bro. It was crazy.
Man, I love that one. Even too. I think that's my favorite one because it's like, I remember going up to it and I'm like, mentally, I knew I could do it. But like physically, like, all right, this one might give me a challenge. You know what I mean?
All of us, our whole team struggled in that one. Yeah. In a good way though, because it wasn't easy.
It was challenging.
But all of us were gripping so tight at the end. I got a clear view. And I remember seeing you. You're like, you're hanging so tight, but you made sure you got it done. But my point is like, it was challenging for all men, yo.
Yeah, that was my favorite. Other than, if I got to give a second favorite, I think it was that 30-foot wall. Yeah. And this is one I laugh at.
Bro, that was crazy, bro.
What's your thoughts on it? What's it called? The one where people are like, even too, let's explain it a little bit so people can get context of like, how.
So there's a 30-foot wall. The only way for you to get over is if you climb 2 people at the bottom that are acting like a base.
Yeah.
So you have to climb over one person who's probably been there for 15 minutes just being a lad. Yeah. There was no females there, so I'm not going to say a female. There was no. All the men were in the bottom of the base.
Even to remember the one guy who was crying, crying. That's
what I mean, bro. So you climb 2 people, and then you have to throw yourself, and pray to God you grab someone's hand up top that will drag you across the wall, right? Yeah. So like you said, this one guy is just standing there, fucking this big like Arabic guy. He's standing there. I'm like, yo, this guy like is looking like
he's a beast, bro. He's for just sitting there the whole time.
Bro. He's a monster, bro. Fucking physique like the Hulk, bro.
Yeah.
But he was just there too long.
Yeah, and you could see he was tearing up.
You could see the tears coming out of his eyes. He's like, anybody want to swap? Anybody want to swap?
And no one wanted to.
No one wanted to swap because like I mean, like
even too, we like. I'll be honest with you, like at least me. I'll be straight up. I ain't gonna lie to the freaking audience. I had no plans on being at the bottom. I even said to the whole team, I was like, realistically, it's like, I think we were there for about like 25 to 30 minutes. I was like, it's going to take forever. We either go around or send the biggest guys first and we'll go after.
And some guys were there like, we need more people on the base.
Yeah.
We've been here since 11 a.m. No one's been able to clear this wall. We need more people on the base, more people on the base. And then we're just like, well, fuck, buddy. Yeah. You're not going to see me on the base. Like, nah. And there's a couple of reasons why. No one's trying to get hurt, bro. You know how much like bodies are on your shoulders and they don't give a fuck where
they step on your face, your neck. They step on
your face, your neck, your shoulders and all this. And then the
people that fell from the top. That's crazy.
Oh, bro, exactly. If you're missing that reach to grab someone on top to drag you up, then you're falling on the base. Not worth it, bro.
No.
And on top of that, people don't give a shit, bro. I remember the one guy who was crying. He was tearing. He's like, "Can we swap? Can we swap?" Where like everyone had to stop because someone had to swap him. This guy was like I felt bad for him. A point of me was like, "Fuck, I'll go, man. This guy's crying. Big man's crying." You know what I mean? But anyways, I didn't go. They swapped him, bro. And then nobody clapped for this guy. Nobody tapped him on the back and said, "Yo, you're a fucking hero." Man, just jogging to the next obstacle. Like, bro, it's not worth it, bro. It's not worth it. Think about that. Like, no one gives a shit, bro. It's a dog-eat-dog world. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro.
Yeah, no, man. I think that was it was a good event. Amazing event, actually. And we've even said, like, next year we're running it again. If you ain't scared, join the team.
100%. Next year we're running it again. We're doing I'm going to say this right now. Our team is going to do the 5 kilometer on the Saturday with those who just want to do the Friday for those who just want to do the 5K. And then we're going to do the 15K the next day.
Saturday. Yeah,
for those who
we could do that.
100% we could do that. 100%.
Light work, to be honest.
Light work. Light baby food.
Even too, it's like, I think when we ran it, we said like if we did the 5K, it would have been way too quick. Too quick.
You know, you got to get the people starting off.
Yeah. And even too, I think it's just part of I think that's what we built a community. Remember that one guy? Because we had 5 of us, so I kept getting stuck with the one random person.
Yeah.
Every freaking time.
Yeah.
So I'd like, you know what? Like audience, viewers, like friends out there, like don't make me be alone next time.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to do Tough Mudder. And then we're also, you know, we're every year we're going to challenge ourselves on this podcast to do something crazy. One year we're going to climb, what is it, Mount
Kilimanjaro, we said. That's our next
100%.
one.
That's one in 2024, 2025. We're doing it. 100%.
I love it, man. Because even too, I think that was the best part about all of us was we did wear branded clothing, but it was hard to see. It was all black, but we're running. People would turn around and look at us and be like, yo, you got all the boys are sticking together. Like that community shit. That stuff that like you live for.
Yeah.
And we did it. We freaking did it. And I'm like so happy about it. Like even too, Tough Mudder's going to see Nüvida round 2, probably 3, 4, 5. Like it's going to be something we do all the time. Because like I think even to it built like the relationship between all of us. Like even to your little brothers, bro, those guys are
monsters, bro. They're different. You know, Christian and Mike are different. Shout out Christian and Mike. Right? Those guys are different, bro. Right? They're little monsters.
Never ran ever. And then they just...
Christian low-key has asthma, didn't bring his puffer, just fucking said, fuck it, let's just run.
He was blown up too, remember, halfway through? Bro. And just did it.
Yeah, I guess, let's just leave it on that high there, bro. We always say for everyone who's watched thus far, thank you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the channel, support the boys. And we're not stopping. No. We have some females coming on the pod soon, some entrepreneurs. We have some big names in the industry. That's all. Hey, we're not stopping.
Couple big London legends also let you know. You'll see it and you'll be like, ah. So wait.
Exactly. Just wait and tune in and yeah, that's it.
Right.
Cheers. Peace.